Chapter 63, Void Whale Appears. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What's wrong with you, kid? Do you know what day it is today? The teachers from the Beast Taming Academy have already arrived, and you're still sleeping. If I don't see you in school in 5 minutes, I'll break your legs. Yang Wanguo was furious. He had just reminded this kid yesterday, but he was late today. If Luo Yang wasn't special and he owed him a huge favor, he would have kicked him. Luo Yang woke up instantly after hearing this. Damn! I overslept. It's terrible, it's terrible. From the tone of the principal, he's going to skin me alive. Luo Yang jumped up and flashed to the bathroom, all done in 3 minutes, even washed his hair and had a haircut. Then he ran towards the school. The bicycle was about to smoke. At this time, it was in the square of number 5 middle school. The principals of the other 5 high schools gathered here, patiently waiting for the assessment teachers from various universities to arrive later. Since number 5 middle school ranked first in the last friendly match, and Luo Yang's performance was extremely impressive, these 5 schools basically came for Luo Yang, so everyone unanimously decided to choose number 5 middle school as an away game. Today we are going to the top 5 beast control schools in China, namely Shangjing School, Yunshan School, Tianhu School, Shenzhou School and Qingyun School. These 5 beast control schools represent the facade of China, as well as the new generation of power in China, and represent the backbone of China in the future. All those who can enter them are the leaders of the younger generation in their respective cities. Geniuses are not worthy of praise in there, because everyone is a genius, who can enter there without 2 brushes. Moreover, the locations of these 5 schools are also the 5 most developed cities in China, which are far from being comparable to 4th-tier cities like Angxi. As a huge space crack suddenly appeared in the sky, it attracted everyone's attention. A huge figure slowly appeared, with a dark blue body, strange scales all over the surface, and the space force around it was shaking. The double fins cover the sky and the sun. This is a void whale, which has the ability to shuttle through space and is definitely a good traveler. This is the exclusive pet of Shangjing Academy. It not only has the strength of a half-step disaster level, but also has first-class speed. Although it has not broken through the shackles of blood and reached the disaster, it also used fake death to escape under the last few divine punishments and achieved a half-step disaster. This situation is very common and applies to those monsters whose lifespans are about to end and whose potential is exhausted. It is equivalent to the card god punishment bug, breaking through the physical limit, but the disadvantage is that you can never break through the level again in your life. And it is rumored that the void whale contains the world, and all kinds of entertainment facilities are available, just like a paradise. You can enjoy the treatment of ancient emperors in it. No one who has experienced it decently has bad things to say. It's still better in big cities. It's really awesome to use a half-step disaster level monster to travel. I really want to experience what it feels like inside. Everyone talked about it. The void whale slowly landed, and the strong wind pressure made the dust on the square fly. The void whale stopped steadily, then opened its mouth, and the door of space opened. The assessment teachers of the 5 universities came out one after another. Each of them looked high-spirited and their aura was very sharp. The most important thing was that they had something that others did not have: confidence. Absolute confidence. Whether it was the university behind them or their strength, they had absolute confidence. The principals of the 5 high schools in an city looked at each other, stepped forward and clasped their fists. They were extremely polite to the 5 teachers, even a little humble. They respected not only the university behind them, but also their strength. The things behind them were illusory, and they valued the present more. You must know that these 5 teachers are monarch-level strongmen. The key is that they are extremely young, and any one of them can be the emperor in an city hall. The students saw this. Seeing that their principals were a little humble, they felt ashamed as students. This is the symbol of power, which also made them more eager to enter the Beast Taming Academy. Everyone wants to be famous. High above. Although these teachers look very easygoing, their inherent arrogance still makes it difficult for them to get along with them on an equal footing, especially their extraordinary aura. Every move they make is full of majesty. This is a habit developed after being in a high position for a long time. Teachers, please. Yang Wanguo personally invited them and led many teachers to the lounge that had been prepared. there is a rest area specially prepared for the teachers of the 5 universities responsible for the assessment. These rest areas are built independently, and the decoration inside is very luxurious. You can tell at a glance that they are expensive. There are also rooms specially for them to practice and entertain. It can be said that Yang Wangwa has spent a lot of money to entertain them. The 5 teachers came to one of the lounges, each of them found a seat and sat down. This is an independent large box. There are various 4th level and 5th level spiritual liquids and spiritual fruits in it, with a wide variety of categories, and they are all very rare varieties on the market. In addition to the excellent taste, they are also very helpful to Beastmasters. A bottle of spiritual wine costs millions. This is just the most common one. This shows how big a hand it is. These spirit wines were also transported from other places. In case they don't like some flavors, spirit wines with different flavors were transported from all over China. Principal Yang is thoughtful. The female teacher from Shangjing smiled. They were also a little surprised when they first came in. They didn't expect that Shi could actually take out such precious spiritual wine to entertain them. This also made them look up to Principal Yang. You should know that the status of these teachers is very high. Even the principals of major high schools have to give them 3 points of courtesy, but this Principal Yang attaches so much importance to them, which is enough to prove how much he values these students. You are too flattering. Our Shi is just a small city. It is an honor for our school to have the presence of all the teachers. Yang Wangwa said modestly. Are these all brewed by your beast taming academy? A handsome young man looked at Yang Wangwa sitting on the sofa and asked lightly. Yes, only a small part is purchased from outside. These are all brewed by our students in our college. Moreover, our college has a unique skill called Drunken Immortal. Although it is a bit exaggerated, as long as you drink a sip, you can immerse yourself in the wine. Drunken Immortal. Picking up the wine glass and tasting it carefully, the young man's eyes lit up. He said excitedly, I like this technique very much. Can you tell me how to brew it? Yang Wangwa smiled and nodded, saying, of course, but the ingredients needed for this Drunken Immortal wine are very precious. It needs to be prepared with 5th level spiritual springs, spiritual fruits, spiritual herbs and other materials. I will send you the detailed steps later. Yang Wangwa is indeed an old fox, and he knows how to cater to others' needs. The conversation soon heated up the conversation among many teachers, and even revealed some information they didn't know. They all had some good feelings for each other. This mutually beneficial situation is of great help to Yang Wangwa and others. Chapter 64, 3 Rounds of Drinking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the chat continued, everyone became familiar with each other. Next, everyone naturally turned to the topic of this special recruitment assessment. Recruiting high-quality students will also be of great help to their careers. The female teacher at Beijing University appears to be the most easygoing and seems to be able to chat with anyone, but in fact she is the shrewdest, he said seemingly casually. I heard that in City has recently produced a group of very good quality talents. The assessments for our 5 universities are about to begin. We are still looking forward to their performance. What she said was a test to see their reaction. Yes, I remember that the first place in the friendly match some time ago seemed to be from your school. It seems that his name is Luo Yang. I don't know if his strength has changed now, but we are all looking forward to his performance. There is also Shangguan Fu. I am very optimistic about these 2 little guys. Yes, that boy has not been in good health recently. He just came out of the hospital. As soon as he heard that some adults had arrived, he rushed here non-stop, insisting on seeing their true faces. Yang Wangwa responded with a smile. That's it. This guy is a bit interesting. Several school teachers nodded slightly and then stopped mentioning the topic. The assessment of the 5 universities will not be easy, but as long as you perform better, the rewards you will get will be more. As several people changed cups, the atmosphere is also heightened. Teachers, we are here for the first time. As the principals of major high schools, we should also show some kindness as landlords. Please forgive me if we are not well received. Yang Wangwa took out 5 storage bags. Teachers, please accept it. There aren't many things in our school, just some things needed for practice. I hope I can help you, and I also hope you will have a prosperous journey on the road of beast control. Nonsense, how could we, as school teachers, do such a heinous thing? A teacher wearing glasses was filled with indignation and looked righteous, but his eyes still landed on the storage bag without leaving a trace. That's right, Principal Yang is making things difficult for the rest of us. Yang Wanguo understood instantly, and couldn't help but curse in his heart. These people are all cannibals, greedy as hell. I'm presumptuous. I'll punish myself with a glass of wine. Yang Wanguo raised his glass and drank it down in one gulp. The other 5 people had different thoughts, wondering why this old guy was a bit ignorant. Just when the 5 people were a little disappointed, Yang Wanguo then stood up and toasted the 5 people 1 cup at a time, then he threw the storage bag next to the 5-person chair without leaving any trace, then he said in surprise. Hey, teacher, you dropped your storage bag, why don't you pick it up? The female teacher from Beijing smiled when she heard this. Yes, look at my brain. How could I be so careless and almost lose such a valuable thing? Don't be stunned. Your storage bag has also fallen. If you don't pick it up, I will pick it up for you. Oops, why did my storage bag fall here? Yang Wanguo's move was brilliant. Not only did the 5 people feel comfortable, they also got what they wanted. This move also impressed the 5 people. This old guy is really a damn talent. Sure enough, ginger is still spicy. Teacher Wuda was very satisfied after picking up the storage bag and looking at the contents inside, accepted quietly. He even took the initiative to toast Yang Wanguo. The rewards for recruiting students in these remote areas are not much, but the key is that it is tiring. If they can find high-quality students, that's fine. If they can't recruit them, they will even have to pay back. If they don't collect some money, they will all lose money. Now that they have finally encountered a big fish, how can they miss it? Don't worry, everyone, I guarantee here that as long as your students can meet the special recruitment requirements, our school will never treat you badly. The 5 major teachers all agreed, dealing with smart people is easy, you can read them with just a look. This time, the 5 of them came to Engshi to make some money and recruit Luo Yang and Sheng Guanfu into the school. Their talents have reached the standard, their strength has been proven in friendly matches, and their special moves are basically a certainty. It is precisely because of this that they applied to be transferred to Lion City to be responsible for the special recruitment. Assessment and then rating, the higher the rating, the higher the reward for specially recruited teachers. If they can find good ideas, it will be of great benefit to their future career. When Luo Yang came to the school gate, he saw that Lu Rushuang's expression was not very good. You've finally arrived, kid. I'm almost dying of anxiety. The assessment teachers from the 5 universities have already arrived. The principal is chatting with them in the lounge. He asked you to go to the lounge as soon as you arrive. Follow me. Lu Rushuang took Luo Yang's hand without any explanation to prevent him from running around again, and then ran towards the lounge. Hiss. Teacher Lu, your speed is too fast, I can't stand it. Why are you so useless? You can't stand it at this speed? I haven't used my full strength yet. If I use my full strength, you won't be able to vomit. Ah. Teacher, I'm sorry, I've already vomited. What? In the lounge, after 3 rounds of drinking, both parties were very satisfied with the meal and drink. Then he used his spiritual power to force the alcohol out of his body. It's almost done, Principal Yang. After eating and drinking, it's time to get down to business. Hurry up and prepare for the special training assessment. We can go back to work early and everyone will feel at ease when the results come out. Of course I won't neglect this. Do you have any instructions from the 5 teachers? Principal Yang Wanguo nodded and said. It's very simple. You gather the students from the 5 universities who are participating in the special recruitment examination together. The location is at the training square of the 5th middle school. Then we will conduct a unified examination according to the rules. By the way, don't let some crooked people come. Don't waste everyone's time. This is good for all of us. The 5th principal was stunned when he heard this. but he didn't refute. Okay, I'll arrange it now. Then, Lu Rushuang brought Luo Yang to Yang Wangua. Luo Yang, come here quickly. This is a teacher from the 5 universities who is responsible for this special recruitment examination. Hurry up and say hello, Yang Wangua said with a smile. Luo Yang hurriedly called out respectfully, hello, teachers. One of the men looked Luo Yang up and down and said, not bad, young man. You came out of the hospital specially when you knew we were coming. I am very optimistic about you. Yunshan Academy is waiting for you. Luo Yang was a little stunned when he heard this. He turned around and saw Yang Wangua winking at him. Luo Yang instantly understood the principal's good intentions. Ahem, it's my honor to meet you teachers. Luo Yang coughed hard, and his face was pale because he stayed up late last night, looking sick. Are you Luo Yang? S-level talent? The female teacher in Shangjing asked with interest. Yes. Luo Yang nodded. You have good talent and good looks. We have also watched your game and are very surprised by your strength. The female teacher nodded and said, but it's not appropriate to say too much now. Let's talk about it after the game. Well. Luo Yang agreed obediently. You are so lucky to be favored by these teachers. You must perform well when the time comes. Yang Wangua didn't expect that Luo Yang would receive so much attention as soon as he arrived. The attitudes of these teachers towards him and Luo Yang are completely different. Yang Wangua looked at Luo Yang. I really don't understand. Apart from being handsome, talented, observant, and strong in combat, what other advantages does this kid have? Chapter 65, Battle Space. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Come to the Beast Taming Square. Students from the special training classes of the 5 high schools gathered here. Everyone looked at the 5 high-spirited teachers with fiery eyes, their eyes full of admiration. These are the goals they dream of. Dear students, today we are holding this assessment on behalf of the 5 major beast taming schools. Being able to participate in the special recruitment assessment shows that you all have outstanding qualities. This is a rare opportunity for you. Of course, this assessment is different from the previous ones. It will be rated according to your performance. The highest is S level, and the treatment you enjoy is also the highest. You even have the right to choose teachers, and more rewards are waiting for you to explore. So you are responsible for showing your strongest side. We will select the best as the new batch of special recruits for the school. Whether you can grasp it depends on you. After listening to the words of the assessment teacher, everyone looked at each other, and they gathered more energy in their hearts. This is an opportunity to soar to the sky, plus the number of places is limited. Everyone will be your enemy. Now, everyone follow me into the Void Whale. 5 teachers took the lead, and the students from the 5 special recruitment classes followed. The test location was actually inside the Void Whale. Everyone was nervous and expectant. Once inside, the scene suddenly changed. Wow, is this the world inside the Void Whale? It's like a paradise, it's so beautiful. And it's also very luxurious inside, and there are even elves serving beside. This snow-white skin, pointed ears and exquisite clothes. I actually had evil thoughts. Sin. Damn it, this is simply heaven. The students of the 5 high schools kept exclaiming when they saw everything around them. They have lived in Ungshi since they were young, and have never seen such a big world. Each one is like seeing a new world. They never thought that this place would be so different. This place doesn't look like the test location at all, but like a paradise, and you won't even feel bored living in it. Moreover, the spiritual energy here is countless times stronger than the place where they lived before, and some places even have spiritual energy that exceeds some advanced training rooms in an city. These people have never seen such a beautiful world. Luo Yang stood in the crowd and couldn't help being shocked. Is this the foundation of the advanced school? They even specially made a monster for traveling. This kind of treatment is really enviable. I will also make one for fun in the future. The assessment content is very simple. It is divided into 4 levels. The first level looks at talent, the second level looks at character, the third level looks at perseverance, and the 4th level looks at combat power. As long as all 4 levels reach B level or above, you can pass the special recruitment review. After the female teacher said this, she waved her right hand and they appeared in the talent testing room, where the awakening magic stone was placed. The 1st level is just a formality. After all, everyone's talent is already known, but it is still to prevent cheating. The entire awakening process needs to be recorded with a memory crystal. If you pass the special recruitment, you need to store it in the file and review it by other teachers in the school. Each level must be reviewed by different teachers. Moreover, the final review will be supervised by the principal and other leaders to ensure the fairness of the results. The most important assessment is the last 3 levels. It is also derived from the school motto. Those with poor character and perseverance will not be able to be of great use even if they are talented. After all, to get such a result, the 5 universities must have suffered a lot in this regard. These are all experiences. The assessment process is very fast. After all, it is supervised by 5 monarchs, and the number of people participating in the special recruitment assessment is also very limited. Soon it was the final combat power assessment. Only 7 people can pass the 3 levels and meet the standards, and the 7 people naturally include Luo Yang and Shangguan Fu. The performance of the 2 is undoubtedly the best, and they passed the 3 levels easily without any pressure. Their scores for each level reached the highest S level. Of course, this is only the highest score on the paper. Even though the teachers of the 5 universities are knowledgeable, they can't help but take a second look. When they think of the next combat power assessment, they are also very much looking forward to it, curious about what level their combat power rating can reach. Moreover, the final battle strength assessment is undoubtedly the most difficult. Being able to defeat a monster of the same level only shows that you are not weak, but it does not prove that you are strong. Challenging by 1 level is only the most basic. The more levels of the challenge, the more rewards you will get. The challenge here does not refer to the situation of different bloodline levels, but the situation of the same bloodline level. There is no bloodline crushing. Such difficulty is undoubtedly a step up. You must know that at the same level, the pet beast's grasp of skills and battlefield situation is the key. Under the same bloodline conditions, both sides are at the same starting line. In this case, the gold content of the challenge is higher and can better prove your strength. The focus of this game is undoubtedly Luo Yang and Shangguan Fu. Since the last defeat to Luo Yang, he worked harder, not to rewrite the defeat, but to make Luo Yang face himself and admit that he is an opponent worthy of respect. That's all. Although Luo Yang is getting farther and farther away from him now, he also has to work hard to catch up and chase Haiyue. So when he saw Luo Yang, his eyes flashed with determination. Everyone, follow me into the virtual battle space. After the female teacher said this, her spiritual power enveloped everyone and they instantly traveled to the gate of the virtual battle space. This is the horror of the void whale. It can not only be used as a war machine, but also carry countless beastmasters to the battlefield in an instant. Its auxiliary function is also outstanding, and its various auxiliary facilities are extremely complete. It can be called a small world inside. As the name suggests, the virtual battle space will restore your pet 1-to-1, and the pain will also be restored 1-to-1. It is no different from the outside world except that it will not die. Then the battle space will generate monsters according to the blood level and strength of your pet. The first monster is the same as you. After defeating it, you will be given 10 minutes of rest time. The second monster will be 1 level higher than your pet after it is generated. Only when you kill a monster that is 1 level higher than you will be scored. By analogy, the level of the subsequent monsters after killing will be 1 level higher than the previous one. If you have any questions, you can ask me at any time. After the female teacher of Shangjing introduced the rules, she looked at everyone. The 5 people understood the assessment rules. In simple terms, the more levels you surpass, the easier it is to pass the assessment, but if they can kill a monster by 1 level higher, they can already burn incense and pray to Buddha. At this moment, only Luo Yang and Shangguan Fu are eager to try, and they seem to have absolute confidence in their own strength. Teacher, how many levels higher can you get an S-level score by killing a monster? Luo Yang asked the question in his heart. Student Luo Yang, you can get an S-level score by killing a monster with the same potential by 5 levels higher. but this is quite difficult and almost no one can complete it. It's a good thing for young people to have ideas, but remember not to be too ambitious. For some reason, the words of the female teacher in Shangjing make people feel uncomfortable. Got it, teacher, Luo Yang nodded. He understood it in his heart. In this case, let the spirit sword control them later, and simply jump 5 levels. We ordinary people don't want to be special. Chapter 66, Wonderful Performance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Unknowingly, the assessment began. After the 7 people entered the virtual battle space, the teacher from Shangjing Academy waved his hand and condensed a huge light mirror, allowing them to clearly see the battle situation inside. Among them, the shots of Luo Yang and Shangguan Fu are the most huge. It can be seen that the teachers from the 5 universities came to them, and the others can be said to be foils, and because Luo Yang contracted 2 pet beasts, even if you want to hide it, the virtual battle space can completely capture it. Unless you have a legendary treasure that hides you, you will have nothing to hide. At this time, 2 monsters were also generated in the virtual battle space. The monster Luo Yang faced was called a bone crocodile. The 2 were exactly the same except for their body shape. One was level 26 and the other was level 27. Huh. This kid's level has improved so quickly. And the second pet beast has also been contracted. No, it is the most sensible thing for this kid with such a talent to enter our Beijing Academy, that the female tutor at the Beijing University did not hesitate. As long as Luo Yang performed well in the next battle, he would basically be competed by the 5 universities. This is reality. In the battle space, the skeleton crocodile was covered in white bones, with sharp barbs growing on the white bones. The head was a huge skull, and its eyes were glowing with green fire. The skeleton crocodile has strong defense capabilities and speed, and is not afraid of pain. It has extremely terrifying bite power in its attacks. Roar, that it roared angrily, and its huge claws suddenly grabbed at Luo Yang. Luo Yang didn't panic, moved his steps together, and evaded him in an instant. Moreover, his figure is erratic and he is constantly spinning around the bone crocodile, making it difficult to lock onto him. At the same time, the magic circle lit up in the space around him, and the spirit sword user and the Gear magic dice appeared. Roar, that the bone crocodile roared again. This time he did not pounce directly, but swayed with his companions and disappeared halfway. Immediately afterwards, Luo Yang felt a cool breeze coming from behind. Luo Yang's spiritual energy surged and disappeared. The bone crocodile jumped into the air and roared angrily. The spirit sword made the long sword fly out and instantly turned into countless sword shadows to attack the bone crocodile, as the strength and sword intent of the spirit sword master rapidly increased. The sword shadows all over the sky were as dense as substance, standing densely in the void, easily piercing through the bone crocodile's hard body. Then a sword ended the life of the bone crocodile. The other skull crocodile also cannot escape the fate of death. This is the terrifying thing about spirit sword users, attacking in one unit. The Gear magic dice didn't even use the amplification and misfortune skills, and the battle was over. I can only cheer for the spirit sword user from the side. Sister, you are awesome. Crush them to pieces and let them know who is the boss in the beast controlling street. The next step is to fight against level 1. As Luo Yang's game came to an end, Shangguan Fu followed closely behind. It can be seen that although Shangguan Fu has an S-level talent, his level has gradually moved away from Luo Yang. The pet beast's level is only level 20. This is because of the crazy efforts of the family behind him. As the only owner of S-level talents in the family, it is natural that the entire family must help it rise. The treasures that have been upgraded in various levels cannot be equal, which shows how big the gap is. 10 minutes passed, 2 more monsters arrived, much stronger than at the beginning. The blood levels are the same, and the 2 monsters have also activated their own characteristics, looking very intimidating. But he was also crushed by the spirit sword user. During this time, the spirit sword user's skills have broken through to the 4th stage, and their combat power is far beyond what the same level can withstand. It would be great if other people's skill proficiency could reach the 2nd stage. What's more, there are Gear magic dice standing aside, and the natural good luck and bad luck curse are ready to be unleashed. Invincible at the same level. The virtual battle space can simulate bloodline levels, pet beast levels, and pet beast characteristics, but it cannot simulate skill proficiency. this has been engraved deep in the soul and cannot be changed. Luo Yang's clearance speed is simply breathtaking. In just a few minutes, we have reached the 5th level. He showed terrifying dominance along the way. And the principals of the 5 major high schools had to be convinced when they saw it with their own eyes. They all lamented that Yang Wanhua had found a treasure. This rest time is too long. We can't advance it yet. We can only wait until the time is over. Luo Yang said helplessly. These words made the classmates and teachers who were watching the game choke and speechless. They couldn't compare with this kid. You can only move a 6 alone. Others wish they had a longer break, so that they can have more time to think and recover. After all, the leapfrog challenge is also a big test for them, related to their ratings and whether they can obtain special recruitment qualifications from the 5 universities. For other students, that is a top priority, to know. This is already a level 5 battle, and most people would have tensed their nerves, fearing that something went wrong and the game would be ruined. Any slack at this point could lead to defeat. How dare you take a leisurely stroll like Luo Yang, so leisurely. At this time, the teachers from the 5 universities who were watching the battle outside could no longer sit still. They all stood up and focused their gazes on Luo Yang. And at this time, only Luo Yang was playing in the mirror. As the 2 monsters took shape, they were the terrain earth dragon and Lei Peng. Roar. One occupies the ground and the other occupies the air. This combination is undoubtedly the most troublesome for the Beast Master, able to carry and fight. The bloodline race is also top-notch, and its level exceeds level 5, the terrain dragon roared, and a thick layer of khaki scales appeared all over its body. A huge tail swept out, slapping away the gravel on the ground. This combination is like a natural combination, perfect, not only with extremely fast speed, but also with strong defensive capabilities. Others would even have the idea of giving up when encountering this combination. It turned into a residual image with a breath of destruction and rushed towards Luo Yang. Lei Peng screamed, surrounded by thunder, and countless arcs of electricity emerged from his body. Next to Lei Peng, tentacles flashing with electric light appeared, like snakes and pythons, entwining towards Luo Yang. It looked very scary, and opposite Luo Yang, behind Lei Peng appeared a huge lightning vortex about 10 meters high. In the lightning vortex, thunder roared, and thick purple-red thunders kept striking down. Under this level of attack, everyone only felt a sense of powerlessness in their hearts. If they were facing such an attack, they would even find it difficult to think of resisting. The gap in hard power is difficult to make up. What's more, it's such a perverted combination. It's worthy of the combination of the Earth Dragon and the Thunder Peng. It's really scary. Luo Yang is in danger. This level of attack is not something that his offensive pet can withstand. I wonder if a miracle will happen. The most important thing is that the characteristics of the 2 monsters can help each other. The battle in this case is much more intense than 1+1. The audience was talking about it. At this time, Luo Yang remained calm. The Spirit Sword Master held the Spirit Sword in his hand, and a strong killing sword intent emerged from his body. This is a kind of killing sword intent that is almost unlimited. GE turned on the spot, the number 999. God-given good luck was bestowed on the Spirit Sword Master. At the same time, the curse of bad luck turned into a black crow and drilled into their bodies. The Spirit Sword Master's spirit sword kept flashing with silver cold light, as if to kill everything. Swish. The figure of the Spirit Sword Master was like a ghost, leaving a phantom on the spot. The next moment he was beside the land dragon, waving his spirit sword, creating brilliant silver light. At this moment, Luo Yang seemed to have merged into the world of swords, as if he had become one with the sword. The sword light was like mercury pouring down on the ground, covering the land dragon's body. Chapter 67, Crazy Scramble. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Swish. The sword pierced through the skin of the terrain dragon and penetrated it. This sword does not look fancy, but it is very powerful, because the killing sword intent contained in the sword light is not just a simple physical attack, there is also the power to annihilate the soul. The terrain dragon roared in pain and struggled continuously. There were already wounds on its body, the dragon scales were cracked, and blood was flowing. Even if the terrain dragon's characteristic of indestructible dragon scales was blessed, it still could not block the damage. The sword intent of the spirit sword can not only kill monsters, but also disturb the monster's spirits and make the monsters lose their combat power. This is an ability that is almost like a bug. As long as it is touched by the killing sword intent, as long as it does not cross a large level, it will be easily killed. What's more, there is the increase in the magic dice of GE, like the sharpest spear in the world. Go forward. But now the terrain dragon's spirit is injured, it is no longer a big deal. Thunder burst, Lei Ping flapped his wings, and a bolt of lightning fell from the sky, attacking Luo Yang, and condensed into a thunderball in mid-air, carrying infinite electric light. This thunderball looked extremely huge, even as big as a small mountain, carrying endless destructive power. This was a thunderball condensed from the thunder attribute energy contained in the thunderburst, and its power was extremely terrifying. Boom! The thunderball exploded in mid-air, and the infinite thunder and lightning power turned into a dense thunder net, covering the spirit sword user. This is Lei Peng's innate characteristic, thunderburst. The spirit sword user raised his hand with a dull look, a black sword light instantly flew out and headed for the thunderball. The black sword light hit the thunderburst, making a muffled sound. The two thunderballs collided with each other, and a ball of hot white air waves burst out, which destroyed the nearby buildings. Puff! The aftermath of the thunder explosion blew Lei Peng backwards, vomiting blood all the way, and fell to the ground and smashed a big hole. The terrain dragon rolled on the ground for several rounds because of the power of the thunder explosion, and its injuries became more and more serious, and its luck was very bad. It actually rolled in front of the spirit sword master. The spirit sword master kicked it out. A huge spirit sword appeared above the terrain dragon's head and stabbed it into the soil. A sword energy surged out, and the terrain dragon was directly pierced through the head by the sword energy, and it couldn't die anymore. Oh my god! There was an exclamation from the audience. Lei Peng and the terrain dragon are level 31 extraordinary monsters, spanning 5 levels, and their strength is definitely not weak, but they can't even withstand a single move. So amazing, he can kill a monster in seconds after fighting for 5 levels, so abnormal. It's terrible. How did Luo Yang's pet cultivate such a terrifying sword intent? The master is abnormal, and the pet is even more abnormal. A pet with dual monarch bloodline, no one else can do it. I have never seen this sword technique before. The audience was amazed. Luo Yang's strength far exceeded their imagination. The last Lei Peng fled frantically in the space, desperately running out, trying to get out of Luo Yang's attack range. Unfortunately, how could its speed be compared with the sword intent? Only the sound of metal clashing was heard, and cracks appeared on Lei Peng's body one after another, and finally completely dissipated between heaven and earth. In this battle, Luo Yang won. After fighting for 5 levels, Luo Yang can choose to continue the challenge, but it is meaningless, and getting the highest score is enough. After giving up the challenge, Luo Yang was teleported directly. You can see that there are still people struggling with monsters in the virtual battle space. The moment Luo Yang appeared, teachers from the 5 universities swarmed up. Student Luo Yang. As long as you come to our Shangjing Academy, we can give you S-level treatment. All kinds of resources will be tilted towards you, and there will even be disaster-level professors to teach you specifically, and all the secret realms and skill scrolls in the academy will be open to you. As long as student Luo Yang considers our Tianhu Academy, our treatment is no less than that of Shangjing Academy. The treatment of our Shenzhou Academy is also very high. As long as you are willing, you can receive a salary of 3 billion yuan every year, and you can do whatever you want. 5 teachers threw an olive branch to Luo Yang together. The scene was extremely chaotic, and it was like a scramble for food, like an ante in the vegetable market, and Luo Yang was the dish. Even though Yang Wangguo was knowledgeable, he couldn't help but smack his lips. Before the others finished the assessment, the 5 teachers here were about to fight for a student. Only Luo Yang could make them do this. After all, you are all famous teachers from the 5 universities. It's really not appropriate to do this, right? At this time, a gentle voice sounded, attracting everyone's attention. With a gentle and elegant face and refined temperament, he gives people the feeling of a gentleman. Student Luo Yang, you awakened your S-level talent on April 1st, and it took 1 month to reach level 26. Such a terrifying upgrade speed is rare in the whole of China. This person has done a special investigation. Although Sheng Guanfu, who was in the same batch as him, was also amazing. He looked dull in front of Luo Yang. What? It took only 1 month to reach this point. The female teacher in Shangjing exclaimed. Before they came, they followed the normal process and did not do any investigation at all. They only heard that Luo Yang defeated all the heroes in the friendly match and won the first place. They never paid attention to the news after that. The other 4 teachers' expressions were like roller coasters, and their hearts could not calm down for a long time. Could it be that the characteristics of his pet can increase his cultivation experience? Otherwise, how could he have such a terrifying cultivation speed? I'm sorry to make you laugh, it's just luck. Although Luo Yang did not have a detailed understanding of the 5 universities, he also made a rough assessment in his heart. Although these small details are not pleasing, Luo Yang still pays attention to reality. He will go to whichever one offers good treatment. He will not do anything special. The other 4 teachers secretly thought it was not good. Although these small details do not represent the final result, if the conditions are the same, Luo Yang will definitely give priority to the other party, rather than them. This has already had a small disadvantage before the negotiation. This MO2 is definitely intentional. Deliberately showing the investigation he has done to influence Luo Yang's impression of him, so that he has the initiative in the subsequent price increase. Damn it, they all rely on their own means, but you kid actually played tricks. The 4 teachers don't need to look at me so unkindly. The initiative is in Luo Yang's hands. I am just being realistic and listing Luo Yang's advantages. I don't want such a genius to be buried. After all, Luo Yang is so dazzling. If the pearl is covered in dust because of your contempt, it will be a loss for us and Dragon Country. Chapter 68 Qingyun Academy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After listening to this, several other people felt that this boy had a cruel heart. He actually accused them from the moral high ground. Let Luo Yang make his own decision. After all, the decision-making power is in his hands. All we can do is give suggestions and cannot force him. After several people finished speaking, they kicked the ball into Luo Yang's hand. Then I would like to trouble you, teachers, to introduce the situation of your own school. Although I am very familiar with the reputation of the 5 universities, I actually don't know much about the internals. Most of them are hearsay. Please introduce me to give me a general idea. Are you suitable for this school? Luo Yang asked calmly. Choosing a beast-controlling school is not like buying groceries at the wet market. Just buy what you buy from someone who says it is good. You can learn a lot more by asking them to introduce their strengths and weaknesses, plus teachers from the 5 major universities are present. There won't be any false propaganda. After all, everyone is a competitor now. If you are caught telling lies, you will be poked in the back. The most important thing is that there is no chance to compete. No one wants to see this happen, therefore, it is most reasonable to let them introduce it, and everything they say is realistic, and it will also show the school's own advantages. Upon hearing this, the teachers from the 5 universities couldn't help but sigh at Luo Yang's thoughtfulness. Now it seems that they can no longer bluff, and they can only rely on the advantages of hardware. This moment is the moment to show the background of their respective schools. Of course, no problem. Let's start with our Shangjing Academy. Teacher Shangjing showed a confident smile. Our Shangjing University has a very long history in the Dragon Kingdom, which can even be traced back to ancient times. It even won the 2nd place in last year's school rankings. Shangjing Academy is located in Shangjing. It is famous for cultivating beast masters in all aspects. The academy has nearly 1,000 secret realms, large and small, most of which have not yet been developed. Moreover, there is also a treasure passed down from ancient times in the academy, the colorful exquisite pagoda. The admissions teacher in Beijing is named Wu Yun, and he has highlighted all the key points in just a few sentences. Of course, the most famous thing about Shangjing Academy is the 3 rankings of heaven, earth and humanity. The higher the ranking, the richer the rewards. You can continuously improve your strength through battles. There is even a special training room with spiritual acceleration formations. After Wu Yun finished speaking, her expression was proud. As a member of Shangjing Academy, She was also proud of Shangjing's strength. The other 4 people did not refute after listening. Obviously what they said was not adulterated. Luo Yang fell into deep thought after listening. This list of the top 3 in heaven, earth and people is quite interesting. The competition on this list must be extremely fierce, but it also has its drawbacks. If you keep challenging and being challenged, your training time will be greatly reduced, but this is only for ordinary geniuses. If the strength you show can scare them, these problems will not be a problem at all. Luo Yang has already ranked Shangjing University in a high position in his heart. It is worthy of being a top university with a profound foundation. Our Chinese Academy of Sciences won the first place in the last school rankings. Everyone must have heard of the deeds of Lin Xian, the #1 genius in the academy. The most important thing is that the Chinese Academy of Sciences has a lot of money and a lot of various training resources. It can even guarantee your third favorite. The beast with the worst potential is also a monarch, and it is even possible for the bloodline level to reach half-step disaster. The treatment at Yuanzun Academy is the same as that of other universities, but the most important thing is that there are so many beauties in Yuanzun Academy, and it is even known as a nunnery. There is no need to worry about finding a girlfriend there. Although our Qingyun Academy's foundation is not as deep as other schools, Qingyun Academy is internally connected to the battlefield of thousands of races. The students here are proud to kill thousands of races. Each one has extremely high fighting qualities, especially our students. On the battlefield, it can greatly increase the combat effectiveness, which will be of great help to the overall combat effectiveness of the academy, giving it an absolute advantage in the battle of life and death. Luo Yang listened to the introductions of several schools. No wonder Mo2, unlike other admissions teachers, has an astonishing evil aura about him. Emotions are created in the battlefield of all races. My heart has been divided into levels according to my own needs. If Luo Yang wants to increase his level quickly, he will undoubtedly kill monsters. Not only can he gain experience, but he can also gain skill proficiency. Although other schools are good, they are not as suitable. Only what suits you is the best. 5 teachers, I am considering going to Qingyun Academy. Luo Yang didn't hesitate after he had the answer in his heart. The decision was made immediately. He knew that if he waited longer, the major universities would continue to improve his salary, but he would be wasted in the process and would have to deal with the top 5 admissions teachers. Luo Yang didn't even bother with this. Great! The teacher from Qingyun Academy was immediately excited. Student Luo Yang has a good eye. Don't worry, Qingyun Academy will never let you down. Qingyun University ranks lower than the middle among the 5 universities. Under the brilliance of Shangjing and Tianhu University, he was even prepared to return without success, but he didn't expect Luo Yang to give him a big surprise. Student Luo Yang, your strength and talent are extraordinary. Choosing the right beast control school can help you avoid many detours. Do you want to consider it? Wu Yun was also a little anxious. It was a good thing to recruit such a student. Even if the other party had a target, he still had to fight for it. Maybe there would be a turning point. Yes, this is related to your future, and you don't have to worry about resources when you enter Tianhu Academy. Student Luo Yang, don't you want to marry a beautiful girl? The ratio of men to women in our academy is 1:10. As long as you come, you will be a good opportunity. You can practice and pick up girls at the same time. Why not? Other teachers also tried their best to dissuade him. Thank you very much for your kindness, but I have found a school that suits me best. Luo Yang clasped his fists towards the teachers. His attitude was extremely firm. The other 4 could only sigh helplessly when they saw this. These 5 academies are already the top 5 in Longhua. Each has its own unique advantages. No matter which one you choose, you can only accept your fate. The other 4 looked annoyed and could only shake their heads and sigh. What a shame, such a good seedling, why didn't he come to our school? I even thought of tying him up. Seeing that Luo Yang had no chance at all, the other 4 teachers could only focus on Shangguan Fu. Although Luo Yang had no chance, recruiting Shangguan Fu was also a good choice. It was better than going back empty-handed. Teacher, when will we report to the school? After the beastmanship exam is over in a few days, you can report to Qingyun school. What's wrong, are you looking forward to it? Mo2 smiled. Of course. Luo Yang's eyes were filled with longing, and he began to look forward to college life. Chapter 69, Sacrifice of the Dead. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It can be seen that he was very happy. He took out the admission letter, wrote Luo Yang's name and today's date on it, and then stamped it with the school emblem of Qingyun Academy. This admission letter was officially effective. At the same time, the memory crystal recording Luo Yang's special training assessment results must be uploaded to the Qingyun Academy admissions office, and all the results must be recorded. Qingyun Academy is located in the southeast, very far away from An City, even. If a monarch-level strongman tears the space, it will take half a day to arrive. Since I didn't expect to recruit students, I didn't bring the special recruitment reward, so your reward will be issued to you when you arrive at the academy. Mo2 said a little embarrassedly, because he didn't hold much hope. The reward that originally belonged to Luo Yang was placed in the academy. It's okay, there's no rush for this moment, just give it to me when you get inside. Luo Yang waved his hand, the two chatted briefly for a while, added each other's contact information, and left. When they came to the outside of the Void Whale, they learned that Shang Guanfu had also been specially recruited and admitted to Tianhu Academy. After leaving school, Yang Wangua chatted with him for a while and then left for home. Now the admission result has been confirmed. Luo Yang felt relaxed. Now he didn't even have to go to the beast taming college entrance examination. Luo Yang had nothing to do. He was going to the secret realm management office to challenge a higher level secret realm. He did it right away. Luo Yang took a taxi and rushed to the secret realm management office at a very fast speed. Arriving at the novice secret realm, according to Luo Yang's current level, it was most suitable to go to the advanced novice secret realm, but Luo Yang wanted to try something exciting, and the advanced novice secret realm could no longer satisfy him. In addition to the novice secret realm, other secret realms have different names, for example, Moonlight Forest, Ghost Valley, Sacrifice of the Dead. Luo Yang looked at the introductions of these secret realms. The monsters that appeared were marked in them. They could not exceed the extraordinary level, otherwise, he would be in trouble. In the end, Luo Yang chose Sacrifice of the Dead. It is said that there are some strange things in the Sacrifice of the Dead. Some monsters will mutate after death, and even mutate more terrifyingly than at the beginning. This mutated monster may look very similar to ordinary monsters, but it can release some strange dark power. This is why Luo Yang wants to explore. Hello, sir. I want to choose the secret realm of the Sacrifice of the Dead. Luo Yang took out his ID card and jade card and handed them to the staff. Please wait. After a while, the staff came to him with Luo Yang's ID card and jade card and took him to the secret realm. Luo Yang looked and found that he had entered a dark world. He could not see anything around him, and there were gusts of cold wind around him, as if there were pairs of eyes watching him. Luo Yang's heart beat violently, his hair stood up, and cold sweat ran down his body. The danger of this secret realm is far beyond his imagination. Luo Yang summoned the spirit sword. Master and the Gear magic dice. Be careful, it's a bit weird here. Luo Yang's heart tightened after he said that, and he felt a strong attraction force rising from the ground at his feet, pulling his feet. This feeling made him shudder, and his heart was cold. He knew that these were all illusions. Some of the undead creatures in this secret realm can create illusions, but Luo Yang had a hunch that he might be trapped in an illusion. If he didn't wake up quickly, he would easily get lost in the illusion. Illusion? Luo Yang calmed down. This kind of illusion can't hurt me, but it's easy to get lost in the illusion over time, and then the soul and body will separate and become separate individuals. Luo Yang closed his eyes, his whole body was full of spiritual power, and he recited the Qingxin mantra, isolate the illusion outside the body, then continue to observe the surroundings. Suddenly, Luo Yang saw a ray of light appearing from the black shadow in front of him. Luo Yang was stunned, and looked over along the light, and found that it was a skull flashing a faint green light. Huh? What is that? A question popped up in his mind, but then he thought of a possibility: undead creatures. These creatures are strange life forms left after death and transformed by the energy of this area. They are simply called undead creatures. Moreover, They are not real life forms, they still have part of their consciousness before they died. The key is that they become stronger after becoming undead creatures. Luo Yang's pupils shrank sharply. The sacrifice of the dead is indeed the most dangerous secret realm, and the undead creatures here are full of danger. Luo Yang did not stop and flew towards the direction where the green light appeared, getting closer. When he approached, he suddenly saw a ball of blue flame burning a spherical object emitting a faint green light. That thing was the size of a human head, and its skin was a little twisted, but Luo Yang vaguely recognized that it was a life form mutated by the death of the human race. Luo Yang was shocked. There were so many undead creatures, almost all over the secret realm. Roar, not just as Luo Yang was surprised, a roar resounded throughout the city of the dead. Then Luo Yang saw a huge figure rushing out. It was a large undead demon that was more than 5 meters thick. It was wearing armor and holding a steel weapon. A pair of blood-red eyes like copper bells were filled with bloodthirsty light. There were dark bones inside the armor, and a faint blue flame flashed on its chest. This is a level 30 undead creature. How come there are so many undead creatures in this world? Luo Yang's eyes flashed with a strange look. Although he is not afraid of undead creatures, he does not want to fight with them. It would be bad if he alerts other undead creatures. At this time, the level 30 undead creature also saw Luo Yang, showed a ferocious smile, and rushed over waving a steel spear. The spirit sword user punched out, directly breaking the steel spear, then jumped up and stepped on the head of the undead creature. The head of this undead creature was crushed in an instant. Roar! The undead creature roared, then a group of strong resentment spurted out from its mouth and nose, turning into countless ghostly faces and rushing towards the spirit sword user. The spirit sword caused the body to retreat, avoiding the attacks of these ghost faces. Then he kicked off his right foot, and his body rushed towards the undead creature like a cannonball. The speed of the spirit sword user is too fast. Almost in the blink of an eye, her right foot kicked the undead demon's chest. Click! The sound of ribs cracking was heard. The undead demon's ribs broke instantly, and the spirit sword wielder punched the undead demon in the abdomen. But the belly of the undead demon exploded, and bones flew everywhere. Roar! The undead demon roared in pain and struggled desperately, but his body could not stand up. Ho ho ho! The undead demon roared crazily, trying to break free from the shackles of the spirit sword user. Humph! You are not overestimating your own abilities. A cold light flashed in the spirit sword user's eyes, and he condensed a spiritual sword in his left hand, directly cutting the undead demon into 2 pieces. Boom! The corpse of the undead demon fell to the ground, kicking up countless dust. Chapter 70, Necromancer. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Your pet spirit sword user successfully killed the undead demon and gained 3,100 experience points. The current growth progress is 57%. Hiss. Killing a level 30 undead demon actually increased the growth rate by 10%. Luo Yang was amazed. Sure enough, the experience of leapfrogging kills is more. Name, undead demon. Attribute, undead. Level, LV30. Extraordinary level. Potential, LV30. Extraordinary level. Racial skills, 1. Death charge, 812/1000, handy, 2. Body reorganization, 920/1000, handy. Evolution route, 0. I saw that the scattered bones of the original undead demon began to tremble continuously, and then merged together quickly, click click click. With the sound of bones rubbing against each other, the undead demon who had fallen to the ground actually stood up again. It's just that the soul fire in the body seems to be extinguished at any time, and it seems that resurrection will also require a heavy price. The fire of the soul cannot help it to be resurrected indefinitely. This is the disgusting thing about undead monsters. As long as the fire of the soul is not extinguished, they can be resurrected indefinitely, just like the undead crow summoned by the Necromancer. As long as the soul fire is strong, the number of times it can be resurrected will continue to increase. It's not over yet. Luo Yang frowned. At this time, the size of the undead demon had soared to 5 or 6 meters, and it seemed to be larger than before, but that was all, and the aura in its body was even declining. Roar! A hoarse roar sounded, and the undead demon raised the spear in his hand and stabbed the spirit sword user. The spirit sword user snorted disdainfully, the long sword slashed out, directly knocking the undead demon back to its original shape, and the sword energy smashed the scattered bones into pieces. The soul fire in his body has also dissipated completely. There is no chance of resurrection. Your pet spirit sword user successfully killed the undead demon, gained 2000 experience, and grew by 60%. Undead demons can actually gain experience after being resurrected. Luo Yang's eyes lit up and he grasped the key point. The right of the dead occupies a vast area, and there are no other creatures here. All are undead creatures and can be upgraded completely due to bugs. It seems that the right of the dead has come to the right place. Keep pushing forward. There was no living thing to be seen along the way. There were ruins and hills made of piles of bones everywhere. Even the trees were dry and riddled with holes. Don't know how long he has been dead. This made Luo Yang a little curious. Sacrifice of the dead. Could it be said that there are really no living creatures in this secret realm? Suddenly, there was a sharp whistle in the distance. The sound was very sharp and harsh, with a strange and gloomy tone. Luo Yang quickly stopped moving forward and looked into the distance. In the distant sky, a monster whose body was burning with blazing flames was approaching rapidly. This is a huge skeletal bird with 2 pairs of bone wings on its back. The ends of the wings are hook-shaped and shimmer with a cold light, like a sickle, which is intimidating. The body is made of gloomy white bones, and the bone horns on the top of the head are like steel. It looks ferocious and terrifying. A pair of blood-red eyes shine with a dark green light, which looks very scary. This strange bird is very fast. After seeing Luo Yang, he let out a strange cry, then swooped down and rushed towards Luo Yang. Court death. The spirit sword user shouted loudly. Suddenly, a silvery white light appeared, like a silver moon. Aha! A sword cut through the void and struck directly at the strange bird. Chang! The skeleton bird's body was shattered by the sword energy, and even the soul fire was annihilated. Your pet spirit sword user successfully killed the level 30 skeleton bird, gained 4210 experience, and grew 74%. The experience this time was actually much greater than the first time I killed an undead creature of the same level. Is it possible that the soul fire is the key to the resurrection of undead creatures? After annihilating them, it is equivalent to adding all the experience after resurrection. Luo Yang thought about it, but this explanation seemed to be the most reasonable. In this case, let the sacrifice of the dead tremble. The spirit sword user rushed out again, waving the spirit sword in his hand and sending out streaks of silver light, cutting the surrounding air into countless tiny fragments. Boom! A burst of muffled thunder resounded from mid-air. What's going on? It seems like something is coming. Luo Yang raised his head and looked towards the sky. A huge crack appeared in the sky, like a black hole, swallowing up everything, and a dark magic circle slowly appeared in the sky. Holding the staff in his right hand and the Book of the Dead in his left hand, Luo Yang looked solemn. This black hole formation gives people an extremely ominous feeling. Name, Necromancer. Attribute, Undead. Special training. Book of the Dead. Level, LV 32, Extraordinary level. Potential. LV 67, Monarch level. Racial skills, 1, Undead amplification. 932/5000, Integration and Mastery, 2. Undead Canonization, 1523/5000, Integration and Mastery. Evolution Route, 2. It's the Necromancer. Luo Yang's pupils shrank, a warning sign rising in his heart. The Necromancer is notoriously difficult to deal with in the undead system. He is extremely powerful and can summon undead creatures continuously. I wonder how this guy will deal with me. But his worries are unnecessary. Hualala. In the abyss of the giant pit, a figure in a black robe slowly walked out of the darkness, holding a black scepter in his hand, stepping on a golden magic circle, and the whole person exudes a strong black breath of death. Luo Yang's eyes became more serious. The Necromancer was chanting a spell, and the black scepter in his hand also swayed gently. Hu Chi. A gust of wind blew over, groups of black flames emerged from the top of the scepter, jumping on the scepter, making a sizzling sound. The undead creatures in the sacrifice of the dead heard the sound, and they rushed towards this side one by one like they were possessed by demons. They were so dense that their number was simply countless. At this moment, the faces of the skeletons showed madness, just like a tide rushing over, covering the sky and the earth. Moreover, in the magic circle next to the Necromancer, undead creatures kept crawling out. The Necromancer stepped on the bone dragon, looking arrogant. Seeing the outsider, the Necromancer was not panicked, but smiled and shook his head. I didn't expect someone to run into the city of undead sacrifice, but you must be buried here today. The tone of the Necromancer was cold and ruthless, with a hint of teasing and ridicule. You think you are very brave. Luo Yang said indifferently. The Necromancer did not speak, controlling countless skeletons and skeleton birds to pounce on Luo Yang. These skeletons were covered with hard scales. Even if they were cut off, as long as the soul fire was not extinguished, they could be reorganized, and various undead creatures emerged in an endless stream. This is the innate ability of undead creatures.